Xander POV. I can feel Fang coming to the surface, as that son of a bitch is talking to Emma. I know why she wants us to be quiet, but it doesn't help my anger. I see Zane is on the verge of roaring. I place my hand on his shoulder to try to help him compose himself. I know how I would feel if my mate was being held by some honorless alpha. As soon as she says she will meet him in the woods, near the human city, I think over my dead body. She better have some plan that involves us. The minute she hangs the phone up, I have her in my arms. I am breathing in her scent to calm myself. You will not be giving yourself over. I hear Zane talking in his wolf voice, and I know he is about to lose his shit. I will have my Luna and he will die for hurting you and taking her, he says as he is pointing at Emma. I agree, brother, but I need you to calm down so we can make a plan. We will get her back, I promise you. Emma POV. As I think about Chase having Sarah, the nausea I have been keeping at bay finds its way out. I rush to the bathroom with Xander on my heels. He pulls my hair back as I lose everything I ate for lunch. When I finish, I brush my teeth and we rejoin Zane in Sarah's bedroom. He is holding her dress and breathing it in. In any other world, this would be creepy, but in ours, it's really sweet. His eyes have returned to their original color, and he is calmer. Zane, let's go make a plan. I can't be late to meet him. Goddess only knows what he is capable of. We all go to Zane's office to come up with our plan. I will contact Josie and see if she can give us something to cover our scent. It will make it easier to stay hidden. Do you think that is smart given your history with her? Xander asks. I can already guess what that history is, but if she can help us, I don't really care. Who is Josie, and how can she help us cover your scents? Zane looks at me with sadness in his eyes before he answers me. As you have already guessed, I was somewhat of a player and didn't save myself for my mate, which I truly regret now. No offense, Zane, but right now, I don't give a shit about your fuck buddies. I only care about getting my best friend back in one piece. I'll ask again, how can she help us? Zane looks surprised by my harshness but answers, she is a witch that helps the pack when we need it. Fine, call her, and let's get at least 15 warriors ready, because he will not come alone. Xander looks at me with heat in his eyes, and at any other time, I would take him up on it. But right now, I just need to follow the plan. I will be the bait, and as soon as he lets Sarah go, you all can attack. Zane calls Josie, and she will be here in the next few minutes. Xander POV. I'm not sure I am comfortable with this plan. What if he manages to get you both? Are you two ever going to let that happen? She says while looking at me and Zane. Of course not, but what if he brings more warriors than you think? What then? Then we all fight, and we win, but I have known him a long time. He thinks he is a badass. He won't bring more than 15. I bring her into my lap, because I need to touch her right now. Zane mind links the warriors to meet us in the yard. We head downstairs and the warriors are waiting. I see Josie has arrived and she is already eyeing Zane up. This is not going to end well. Zane POV. When we get to the yard, the warriors are waiting along with Josie. She must have teleported into the pack, since the border patrol did not alert me. I didn't tell her why I wanted her to come, so this could end very badly. She comes running up and puts her arms around my neck. I hear a growl and look at a very pissed off Emma. Xander places his hand on her arm, and I remove Josie's arms from around my neck. She looks pissed at Emma for growling at her. Josie, come inside, I need to speak with you. She follows me in, and when I turn on her, she tries to kiss me. No, Josie, that will never be happening again. What the fuck did you call me for then, if you don't want me? I need your help, Josie. I have always thought of you as a friend, and I am asking as a friend. She continues to listen, so I keep talking. I have found my mate, but she has been taken by a crazy alpha. Let me get this straight. You want me to help rescue a woman that will stop you from ever being with me again. Whether I had met her already or not, I was not going to be sleeping with any more females. She looks at me shocked. You're serious, aren't you? Yes. I decided after talking to Xander that it wasn't fair to my future mate to continue to be a whore. She laughs, and I think she is considering what I am asking. I am your friend Zane, but I won't say I'm not disappointed we won't be having fun anymore. I will help you, and I would never interfere in your bond next time. Just tell me what you need instead of being sneaky. I hug her and again hear a growl. Emma must be watching through the window. Who is that who keeps growling at me? That's my Luna's best friend. I like her already, Josie says. We walk out and I introduce her to Emma. I tell her what we discussed, because I feel like I need Emma to understand I am different now. She smiles and thanks Josie for helping. Emma POV. We all head toward the human city. When we reach the border, which is opposite of the woods, we all stop. Josie starts her chanting and masks all the warriors since Xander walks toward me, and I can't smell him, so I know it worked. They are going to stay out of sight until I get Sarah. When I walk into the woods, I feel someone wrap their arms around me, and I know immediately who it is. Chase, let me go. Where is Sarah? I just got you my mate and my pup. Why would I do that? He says as he places a hand on my stomach. I want to retch again. I look up and I see a warrior holding Sarah come off behind a tree, and then another with Cassandra. 10 more warriors walk out and are surrounding us. I am here just as you ordered. Now let them go. Why do you smell different, Emma? He spins me toward him, and when he takes in my new mark he roars. He smacks me across the face, knocking me to the ground. All hell breaks loose, and when Chase sees the 2 alpha wolves heading straight for him, he runs like the coward he is. Zane has reached the warrior holding Sarah, and he also dropped her and ran before the alpha reached him. Before Chase shifts to run, he screams at me. This isn't over, whore. I shuddered at his words, but in an instant, I am in Xander's arms. I look over and Sarah is being carried by Zane. She must have passed out. Cassandra is walking behind them. I look up into Xander's eyes and say thank you. You never have to thank me for protecting you or loving you. I give him a quick kiss, and we follow behind the others. Emma POV. When we reach the PAC hospital, I can't be more grateful for how the mission went. I know Sarah is unconscious, but she is safe and fine. When she wakes up, she is going to be shocked to know she is the Luna of our new PAC, and Zane is her mate. I will try to help her not be upset about his man-whore ways. I know she saved herself, but maybe we can make him suffer a little before she accepts him. Sarah isn't a person to hold a grudge, but since she is going to have to deal with the females he has been with, I think she should punish him at least a little. When we get to the PAC hospital, the doctors take their future Luna, as Zane named her, to them away to make sure she is okay. We are in the waiting room for an update. Xander hasn't stopped touching me since Chase ran. Xander, we need to talk when we find out Sarah is okay. He stiffens at my words. Please don't tell me you are even thinking of going back to him. You are mine. I will never allow it. Are you crazy? Why would you ever think that I wouldn't have ever accepted our bond if I would be entertaining it? He wraps his arms around me and breathes in deep. We are together in this life and the next, Xander. He picks his head up and kisses me deeply. Zane clears his throat and smiles at us both. Zane POV. I am thrilled that both of you have accepted each other. So completely you both deserve to be happy. Emma, what do you think Sarah is going to feel about me being her mate? I love her already, and I can't live without her. I would never betray her. I am nothing like that piece of SHT Chase. I swear to you I wish I could take back all that I did with those other females. Right now, she doesn't know that of you, but I won't lie to her. However, I will encourage her to give you a chance. You may have to make it up to her, all the females that she will have to deal with that have had her mate. I will do anything to have her love and accept me. I would give up my title or banish them. I don't think you should do either. You can't banish them when you participated. As far as giving up your title, my friend would never expect that. I can't believe what I have done. This should be the happiest day of my life, and now I could lose everything for being stupid. I hear the door open, and the pack doctor comes out. What's happening, Doc? She is fine. It was just a lot for her to take in. She is awake and asking for Emma. I am her mate. I need to see her. She insists she only wants to see Emma right now. Emma rests her hand on my arm and says, just give her time. Emma POV. The doctor tells us Sarah is fine, but she only wants to talk to me. I do feel bad for Zane, but I have to see where Sarah's thoughts are. I am taken to her room, and she is sitting up in bed. As soon as she sees me, she is crying. I'm sorry, Emma. I didn't know he was scouting the town out. Stop that. There is no way you could have known. He must have checked on your family and figured out your cousin's pack was close to the human town. I knew I couldn't hide from him forever. Is this why you wanted to speak to me only? Yes, of course. I felt so bad when his warriors captured us. And then that bastard was so smug, like I was the key. Who else would I want to speak with? Cassandra is okay, right? Yes, she is fine. I have to tell you something you apparently didn't realize yet. What is wrong? It's nothing wrong. It's actually good news. She looks at me puzzled. When Xander, and I went up to our floor before we found out you had been taken, Zane found his mate. What would that have to do with me? As soon as the words leave her mouth, I think she realizes based on the look she gives me. No way, she says. Yes, way. Zane is your mate. Sarah POV. Holy SHT, my mate is the alpha of my cousin's pack. What is Emma not telling me? This should be happy news, based on what I remember Cassandra saying. He is super hot and nice. What aren't you telling me, Emma? Because despite you saying it's good news, I feel a but. It's not really a but. He just isn't like Xander. He didn't save himself. I didn't expect him to be a virgin. Are you telling me he has slept with a lot of females? I believe he definitely has had some of the Omegas and a witch I met. That doesn't make me happy, but I would never reject him for something that happened before me. Do you think he will be like Chase and continue to screw around after we're mated? Not at all. I believe he will be devoted to you, and he already loves you. That makes me smile. I do think you should make him suffer a little, though. I look at her a little shocked by what she just said. You want me to make him suffer? But you just told me he is a good mate. I did, but you are going to have to deal with the whores he has been with, so I think he should know how wrong that it is to hurt his mate. I laugh. I never knew you had that in you, Emma, but I like the idea. I will accept our bond, but I will use it to torture him whenever one of his SLTs start with me. Thank you for always being honest with me. Can you send my mate in when you leave? I absolutely will. Emma kisses my cheek and heads out to get Zane. Zane POV. Emma walks out the door towards us, and I am holding my breath. Zane, Sarah wants to see you. Does she know I am her mate? Yes, she does. And she had other questions, so be aware she knows everything because she asked. Xander pats me on the back. I take a deep breath and walk to her room. Her scent is so strong it is the best thing I have ever smelled. I push open the door and see her sitting up in bed. She is gorgeous and I was blessed by the moon goddess. I head toward her, and she puts her hand up. Oh my God, she is going to reject me for my stupidity. Please, Sarah, I'm sorry for being with others before you. I wish I could take everyone back. She begins to speak. No worries, I'm no one to judge you. I have had my fair share of men. I can feel my anger rising. She has been with men. I know I have no right to be mad, but I am going to explode. What's wrong, Zane? You have been with other men. You are mine. You are mine and you have been with other females. I know, but she stops me. You know how you feel right now, how angry you are. Yes, Sarah, I am angry because the thought of another man touching you is killing me. Imagine how I feel because it's true for you. What did she just say? It isn't true that she has been with others. Yes, you heard me right. I have never been with anyone because I saved myself for you. The anger is me and my wolf subsides, and the only thing left is regret. My wolf is in my head growling at me because he never agreed with my ways. He only wants his mate. I am so sorry, Sarah, that you have to feel this way. I will spend the rest of my life trying to make up for it. She smiles at me, and I can feel the butterflies in my stomach. I don't care if I sound like a teenage girl, Sarah. Do you accept me? Yes, I accept you as my mate. But if you ever even look at another female, it will be the last thing you ever do. That was so hot, even though she was threatening me. I rush to her bedside and pick her up, setting her in my lap. Tell me your full name, love. Sarah Marie Johnson is my full name. I, Zane Thomas Wolfe, accept Sarah Marie Johnson as my mate. And Luna, I look at her with love in my eyes. I, Sarah Marie Johnson, accept Zane Thomas Wolfe as my mate and alpha. Chapter 16, Dinner. Emma POV. How did the call go with your mom, Xander? It was fine. She knows to be on her best behavior. I'm sure she loved that Xander wraps his arms around my waist and pulls me into him. When do you see the pack doctor next? I would really like to be there for the appointment. Absolutely, I would love for you to go with me. My next appointment is in 2 weeks. I haven't seen a doctor since I left Chase's pack. Xander growls at the asshole's name. I pull him closer and kiss him deep. When I pull away, he is smiling. Are you going to do that every time I growl? Maybe, I say playfully as I turn to head for the shower, and Xander slaps my bottom. Hey, what was that for? Teasing me is not a good idea, precious. I stick my tongue out and rush to the bathroom. Locking the door, I can hear him jiggling the handle. Come on, precious, let me shower with you. No way, I have to get ready for dinner, and we both know it won't just be a shower. I yell through the door. You will pay for that later, precious. I chuckle and get in the shower. After I feel like a new woman, with all my primping, I come out to find what I am going to wear. I know it's not a formal attire kind of dinner, but I don't want to look like a slob. When I enter the room, Xander is sitting on our bed in a pair of jeans and a black t-shirt. Goddess, he is a gorgeous man, and I am lucky enough to call him mine. He looks up and sees me in a towel rushing for the closet. Don't even think about it, Xander. I need to get dressed. The only reason I am not pouncing on you right now is because I know you're nervous about this dinner with my parents. I appreciate that. Now help me decide what to wear. You will look beautiful in anything you pick. That is not helpful, but I appreciate the compliment. I pick out a light pink baby doll dress. It hides my slight bump. Werewolves tend to show a lot sooner than humans because our pregnancy only lasts 5 months. I am going to go check on Sarah. Hopefully, she is as nervous as me. I rush upstairs to Zane and Sarah's floor. Needless to say, I can't talk to Sarah right now. After the noises I hear coming from their living space, I head back down to find Xander. He isn't on our floor, so I head downstairs. When I reach the bottom of the stairs, I can hear Xander's voice being very gruff, which is not like him. When I turn the corner, I see that his parents have arrived, and he is speaking to his mother. When he senses me, he turns with a smile on his face and comes toward me. I hate that he is going to have issues with his mother over me, but I am never going to let him go. Xander POV. After Emma goes to find Sarah to talk about the clothes she is wearing, I head downstairs. I want to get to my mother before we sit down and warn her about her behavior. As I reach the bottom of the stairs, I can already hear my mother being rude to the Omegas. I enter the kitchen, and she doesn't realize I am there. My father sees me, but I put my finger to my lips, and he smiles at me. You girl, I told you to get me a drink now. Mother, enough, do not speak to our pack members that way. What the hell is wrong with you? She is not your slave, and you can be polite instead of like a tyrant. I wasn't trying to be rude, but she is an Omega. That is their job. Their job is to cook and clean in our pack, but they are not slaves. You can serve yourself a drink. My mother looks like I said the craziest thing, but I am not going to let her be like that to our pack members. We treat everyone with respect, and my brother expects the same of visitors, as do I. I dismiss the Omegas with a smile. Mother, I want to talk to you about dinner. What do you want to talk about? I suggest, if you want to continue the relationship you have with both myself and Zane, that you will be nice to our mates. Mates? Zane found his mate now, and I wasn't told immediately. He doesn't answer to you, mother, regarding mating, or anything else for that matter. I love you, because you are our mother, but do not disrespect our mates, or I will choose her, and so will Zane. My mother's face looks shocked, but she stays quiet. I am just about to continue when I smell Emma's beautiful scent of strawberries, and I turn to smile at her. I walk to her, pulling her in and placing my head in the crook of her neck. Everything okay, precious? I ask, and she nods her head yes. Did you find Sarah? She seems busy, she says, and her face blushes. Just as I am about to make a comment, I hear my brother's voice. Zane POV. Sarah is in the shower after we made love over and over. I am so in love with her. I never thought I would ever feel this way about a woman. I know they always talked about the mate bond, but I never expected how this feels. Sarah comes out dressed in a blue sundress that hugs her curves in all the right places. If we didn't have this torturous dinner, I would take her again. Ready, my love? Sarah smiles and puts her hand in mine. We head from our room and down the stairs. I see Emma in Xander's arms, talking to our parents. I hope Xander talked to her ahead of time and made my mother aware of what I expect from her behavior. Mother and father, let's head to the dining room. We have many things to discuss. I take Sarah's hand, and we lead everyone into the dining room. We all take our seats, and I see my mother eyeballing Sarah. She will never change. I will make the introductions, Mom and Dad. I know you have met Emma Nelson, who is Xander's fated mate. They have marked and mated. This beautiful woman next to me is Sarah Johnson, and she is my fated mate. And Luna, we have also marked and mated. Before you say anything, mother, that will get you into any trouble, none of this is up for debate. So I suggest you just congratulate us, and that is it. We need to discuss a situation that we will be having with the Crimson Pack. I am going to again warn you that what is being said tonight is purely information, and you get no input on how it's handled. So why even tell us if we have nothing to say about anything? Last time I checked, I am still your mother, she says, pointing at us. Yes, you are our mother, but we are grown men and the leaders of our pack. Father, do you agree with that statement? I would never have passed the title to you, Zane, if I didn't think you were a great leader. Thank you, Dad. Now, Mother, I am going to let Emma tell her story. Emma POV. I recount everything I shared with Zane and Xander, including the fact that I am carrying Chase's baby. I see the moment their mother loses the cool she was hanging on to by a thread. You expect me to believe that an alpha would act in such a manner, and that my son should accept your bastard child? Xander goes to speak, but I stop him. I really don't care your opinion of me, because Xander is all I care about. But don't you ever speak about our child in that manner again, or you will see a side of me you will not like. Excuse me, did you just threaten me in my pack of which you are not even a member? Xander POV. Enough, I growl at my mother. I warned you, Mother, and you still couldn't act like a mother. Instead, you worry about rank and prestige. This dinner is over, and as far as this being your pack, that can change quickly. Emma is the beta female and Sarah is the Luna. That will be announced Friday with or without your participation. As far as that goes, Mother, if I hear any more about our mates from you, as Xander said, you will not be considered a pack member, Zane says, leaving no room for doubt. My father looks at my mother. I would suggest you put a cork in it, dear, because I won't be a rogue for you, and I won't lose my sons. My mother looks stunned and angry. Father, we would never banish you based on mother's behavior. My father smiles and warns my mother again to say no more. My mother gets up without a word and heads toward the door. Our father gets up and hugs us and each of the girls. I am sorry about her. I will do my best to make sure we never have a dinner like this again, our father says. See you soon, Dad, we both say in unison. And I know in my heart my mother will be a problem, as much as I wish she could just act like a mother. Emma POV. I hate how dinner went with Xander's parents, but I really expected it. Xander was so angry. After dinner I had to calm him down. We went for a run, which was a good time for our wolves to bond, since soon I won't be able to shift. When we got back to the room, Xander ravished me like his life depended on it. I loved every minute of it, but I hate his mother made him so angry. I am lying in his arms, and he seems calm. Xander, I know you don't want to talk about this, but now that you are calmer we need to talk. I feel him stiffen slightly, but then he relaxes, rubbing my hair. I never wanted to cause problems with your mother, and I really wish you were my first mate. You are not the problem, precious, my mother is. I would have loved for you only to be mine, but as much as it kills me, that was the moon goddess' plan, and I trust in her will. I snuggle in tighter to him, laying a kiss on his chest. I am a little nervous about this meeting with the elders today. I have never met them, but I understand they are pretty set in their ways about how werewolves should behave. What if they don't believe me? I can't lose our pup. I would die of heartbreak. That is never going to happen, Xander says. Xander POV. We will make them believe it because it's the truth. Did anyone else know what was happening? Only that treacherous bitch I called a sister once. I am sure she is still warming his bed, and would never turn against him. Besides, I will never speak to her again. I would never expect you to. I was just hoping there was someone else who saw that monster disgusting ways. The only person I told about it was Sarah, and she never saw him do it herself. The fact that you got a second chance mate, and he did not, should prove to the elders that he is in the wrong. The moon goddess only grants a wolf a second chance mate when they deserve it. That is exactly what we are going to tell the elders, after you give the details of his infidelity. I kiss her, because I can feel her anxiety through our bond. I will always protect you and our child Emma. Emma POV. We leave the pack around 12 to meet with the elders at 1. Sarah insisted on coming to support me, which I love her for. Zane and Xander are in the front seats and Sarah and I are talking in the back seat. When we reach the gates for the elders' mansion, I can feel my nausea rising. Xander reaches back and takes my hand. Calm down, precious, everything is going to work out. I feel slightly better, but I won't be calm until this is over. We park the car and walk to the front of the building. Zane knocks and an older gentleman opens the door to greet us. Alpha Zane, what a pleasure it is to see you again. We are all set up in the conference room to meet with you. Thank you, Elder William, it is good to see you again, Zane says. I didn't realize you were bringing others with you for this meeting. Elder William looks at Zane with a curious look on his face. These lovely ladies are actually the reason for our visit today, which I did convey to Elder Shane. No worries, he just neglected to share that with me. Please come in. We follow Zane and we are led into a large conference room. There are 6 older gentlemen seated at a table in the front of the room. We are offered seats behind a table in front of them. I have a seat next to Xander and Sarah sits next to Zane. Elder Shane asks me to explain what happened after introductions are completed by Zane. I begin my story and explain that I was mated to Alpha Chase of the Crimson Pack. Alpha Chase was having a sexual relationship with my sister 2 years after we mated. The elders' faces look appalled, and that makes me feel a little better about the possible outcome. When I discovered his infidelity, he told me that he would be keeping both my sister and me for sex, and I would raise any child that the relationships produced. Alpha William raises his hand for me to stop. So, you are telling us that your mate? Xander interrupts. Former mate. I put my hand on his arm. My apologies, Beta. Xander, former mate, betrayed your bond in secret, and when discovered intended to continue to betray your bond while keeping you as Luna. Yes, Elder Thomas, and I remained in my role because he threatened to harm my best friend Sarah, who is now the Luna of Alpha Zane. Elder Thomas turned to Sarah to ask if she ever heard Alpha Chase say anything or do anything that I was reporting. Sarah could only confirm that I had told her on several occasions about what Chase was doing. Another elder, I believe his name was John, began to speak. So, if that was the case, what caused you to put Sarah's life at risk after you remained while he did these horrible things? He got my sister pregnant, and then expected me to lay in the same bed with them. She ended up losing the pup, but I ended up pregnant. I couldn't let my pup grow in that environment. Is that why you have sought audience with us today? Alpha William asks. Yes, Xander is my second chance mate, and has accepted myself and the pup. I do not want Chase, after everything he has done to me, to come after my pup or the Wildfire Pack. Elder William, you all understand the severity of what you are reporting, and if any of this is found to be untrue, you would be subject to our severest penalty, which is death or banishment. They all nod that they understand. We will meet while you wait for our deliberation, and then we will tell you all how we will proceed. Before we meet, would anyone besides Emma like to speak? I would just like to say that Emma is the sweetest soul I have ever met, and based on the fact that she was given to me as a second chance, leads me to believe everything she has told us all. Xander says. Zane also confirms he believes the same thing his brother does based on the time he has gotten to spend with Emma. It is hard to believe that an alpha would act this way, but it is true. The moon goddess only gives second chances to those who deserve it. We will take that into account when we make our decision. Thank you for your input, Alpha Zane and Beta Xander. We also thank you Sarah and Emma for their details for our investigation. We will leave you for a short period and return to speak with you again. After we debate for about 20 minutes, we return to speak with the Wildfire Pack members. I will address the matter that has been presented to us by you and your pack members. Alpha Zane. We will be doing a formal investigation into the Crimson Pack, and during that time, we will order that Alpha Chase has no contact with your mate Beta Xander. If we determine that the accusations are true, Alpha Chase will be stripped of his title. He will be banished from his pack, and he will have no right to your pup Emma. Emma and the group all smile. As such, if we determine that any of what was told here today is fabricated, we will call for the banishment of Emma from your pack, and she will be stripped of her beta female title. Do you understand all that I have explained? They all say, I do, in unison. If we need any further information, we will come directly to your pack. Alpha Zane. Before we dismiss you all, Emma, can you please give us your sister's name, so we can seek her out during our investigation? Of course, Elder William. It is Mia Torn. Thank you, and please be safe on your return to the pack. After the pack members leave the conference room, I turn to the other elders. I believe that young lady is telling the truth, and if that is the case, that Alpha is not fit to lead any pack. I wish for us to leave today to begin this investigation. Alpha Shane, alert the Crimson Pack of our impending arrival. Chase POV. I can't believe that bitch is mated to someone else. She belongs to me until death. I will have her back if I have to destroy that whole fucking pack. My beta, Neil, enters my office as I am ready to shift and destroy everything. What do you want? I am sorry to bother you, Alpha, but Elder Shane called and informed me that elders will be arriving shortly, as they have received some disturbing accusations against you by the former Luna. Are you kidding me? She went to the elders? She is going to be so sorry when I get a hold of her. No disrespect, Alpha, but I thought you wanted the Luna back because you love her, not to hurt her. Did you see that mark on her neck? Does that look like she has been faithful to me? No, Alpha, he says as he lowers his head. You are to alert me the minute the elders arrive. I need to call my mother before they come. You are dismissed. Neil leaves and closes the door behind him. I sit at the desk and pick up the phone to call my mother. She picks up on the third ring. Mother, it's Chase. I have a problem and I need your help. Have you done something fucked up again? And I thought I was clear about you no longer being my son after what you did. I am sorry for what I did, Mother, but if you don't help me, I am going to lose my title, and Father's legacy will be no more. I just want to get my pup back, so he can rule our pack someday. I hope me talking about my dad and the pup will get her on board. Chase, I will be there shortly, and if I don't think you are being sincere, I will help the elders remove you myself. If you really care about taking care of your pup and making amends, I will help you keep your title. No harm better come to Emma though at your hand. I promise her I would never hurt Emma, even though I know I am lying through my teeth. If she is not mine, she will be no one's. I won't harm her while she is carrying my pup, but once the pup is born, all bets are off. I am heading out now, Chase, and I suggest you make sure that little SLT you cheated with is nowhere close, because if they find her, your plan to keep your monstrous ways secret is over. Goodbye, mother, I say, and hang up the phone. SHT. I didn't even think about Mia. They are going to want to talk to her, and if they find her, I am going to be in deep trouble. I mind-link Neil to come back to my office. Neil knocks and enters with his head down. Yes, Alpha, what do you need? Take some trackers and go find Mia Torn and bring her directly to me. Do not let the elders catch sight of her. Mia POV. I can't believe I have to live among these humans. Why couldn't he just accept me as his Luna? I could be happy right now, instead of miserable. I am working as a waitress in this bar, with all these slobs grabbing my ass every night. I wish I knew what pack Emma was in. I am sure by now she has cooled off, and would forgive me if I blame everything on Chase. I serve another drink to a man who pulls me into his lap. He smells like beer and stale cigarettes. Come on, sweet thing, let's go on a date. No thank you. I pull away from him and head back toward the bar. The bartender gives me another tray of drinks, and I keep serving this disgusting people, thinking of a way out of this misery. Elder William, Elder Shane, and I arrive at the Crimson Pack, and we are greeted by former Luna Alyssa. Welcome, elders. My son asked me to come and greet you for your visit. This is not a visit, Luna Alyssa. We are here for a formal investigation into some very disturbing accusations made by the former Luna of this pack, Emma. You know where Emma is? Yes, we do, and based on her accusations we know why she isn't here. I am not sure of the accusations, but she is carrying my grand pup, and my son is entitled to have his pup. That is still to be determined after we complete our investigation. Please take us to Alpha Chase. We have things to discuss. Luna Alyssa leads us to Chase's office, and when we enter, seeing Chase is seated behind the desk. Elder William and Elder Shane, it is good to see you again. My beta told me that you were coming for an investigation, but I am a little bit confused. There have been some very disturbing claims made against you by your former mate and Luna. I can see Chase's knuckles turning white from the fist he is making when I mention Emma. My Luna left me with my pup in her stomach and is now warring around with someone else. Unfortunately, that is not what was reported to us by Emma. We will be completing a full investigation into these accusations. As I told the Wildfire Pack members, Alpha Zane, Beta Xander, and Emma, if we find you guilty, you will be stripped of your title, banished from your pack, and have no right to the pup growing inside Emma's belly. If I am found innocent, since I am, Emma will be banished and stripped of her beta female title. So, she is mated to the bastard beta. Be very careful, Alpha Chase. We are taking all things into account, and Emma receiving a second chance mate is one of them. Chase looks at me confused. Our kind is only given a second chance if the moon goddess thinks we deserve it, and I and the other elders do not think she would give that to an adulteress. To start our investigation, I would like to speak with Mia Torn, while Alpha Shane interviews other pack members. Luna Alyssa speaks up before Chase can answer. Unfortunately, when Mia left shortly after Emma, Chase nods his head in agreement. That is unfortunate. I will send Elder Thomas out to attempt to locate her, as she is very important to our investigation. Do you know what I find out, Alpha Chase? No, I'm not sure what that could be. You haven't even asked what she accused you of. That's because whatever it is a lie. But since you brought it up, can you please tell me what that bitch is saying about me? I don't want to hear that from you, Alpha Chase. When Emma came to us, she never used those types of words against you. She simply stuck to what she believes is facts. And that is what I expect from you, Alpha. I proceed to tell him what he is accused of, and he acts shocked. She is very imaginative in her lies. No such things ever happened in our home, Chase says. For your sake, Alpha Chase, I hope not. We will begin speaking to Pack without you or your mother present. Please be available should we need anything or have any other questions. Xander POV. We arrive back from the meeting with the elders, and I can see Emma is very quiet. I need to find a way to reassure her that the truth will come out. I take her by her hand and lead her into the Pack house. After we say goodbye to Zane and Sarah, when we get to our room, I shut and lock the door. Precious, this is all going to work out, and he is going to get everything he deserves. I can see the tears in her eyes, and it guts me. I take her into my arms and hold her. I am going to go run you a bath for you to relax, and then you and are going to veg out for the night. She wipes her eyes and smiles at me. I set her down on our bed and head into the bathroom. To start the water, I put some bath oil in the water before I go grab my beautiful mate. She seems to have stopped crying, but I know everything that happened today is just weighing on her mind. I undress her and place her in the tub. I will be back, Precious. I am going to grab us some dinner from the kitchen. I kiss her forehead, and I close the door, leaving her to soak. I make my way downstairs to the kitchen where the Omegas are preparing dinner. Mauve is working in the kitchen and sees me. How are you this evening, Beta Xander? She only calls me that in front of other Pack members, so I don't correct her. I am doing okay, but my mate is exhausted, and I came to get our dinner. I will get you both something special and bring it up myself. That isn't necessary, Mauve. Whatever you made for everyone will be fine. Nonsense, I can spoil our new beta female, can't I? I appreciate that more than you will ever know. I rush over and kiss Mauve on the cheek and head back towards the stairs. Of course, I can't just make it without someone. I don't want to be bothered with stopping me. Hi Xander. How have you been? Natalie, did you learn nothing from your time in the dungeon? I just wanted to greet you and let you know I am here for whatever you might need. I was speaking with your mother. I stop her immediately. Whatever my mother and you were discussing is not something I care about, and I would suggest if you don't want to receive a permanent cell in the dungeon, you stay away from me. Before she has time to say any more, I turn and head up the stairs. Mia POV. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this job. It's only 9, and I am ready to walk out of here. As I go to serve another table, I see 2 men, who look like alphas, talking. I hear the name Chase, and now, I want to know what the hell they're talking about. I go to the table next to theirs, and begin to clean it so I can listen. Did you hear that Alpha Chase lost his Luna? Alpha 1 says. I heard that she is already mated. Alpha 2 says. Holy fuck, my sister is already mated. Why does she get all the attention and love from others? I know I shouldn't feel this way about my own sister, but she is just always getting what I want. When I found out she was mated to Chase, I knew she didn't deserve him, and now she gets another alpha life. Is not fair. I should be the Luna, not my stupid sister. I continue to listen. Did you hear who she is mated to? Alpha 1 says. She is mated to the beta of the Wildfire Pack, Xander Wolfe. No shit. Well, I never thought Chase deserved her the way he was always looking at other she-wolves. Alpha 2 says. They both get up and leave. But isn't that interesting? She isn't a Luna anymore. I am so out of here. I can go find the Pack she has joined and beg her forgiveness. Even though I don't mean it, she is so gullible she will believe I am sorry. and I can have the alpha or her new mate. This is perfect, I think, as I walk toward the bar. I walk up to my boss and tell him I quit as I am walking out of the disgusting place. I shift into my wolf and take off toward the wildfire pack, after I ask one of the drunks where it's located. Emma POV. I wake up to tingles on my face. I smile when I see Xander standing there looking so perfect. I'm sorry, I guess I was more tired than I realized. No need for apologies, my love, I am just glad you got to relax. Mauve brought us a special dinner, and I don't want it to get cold. She didn't have to do that for us. I will have to thank her later. Xander helps me out of the tub, helping me dry off. He slips a nightgown over my head and kisses my lips before we head into our dining room. This looks amazing and I am starving. I eat till I am stuffed. She even gave us a small chocolate cake, which is my favorite. I blame my appetite on the baby and Xander chuckles. I see Xander is getting a mind link before he looks back at me. We have an issue at the border, my love. I will be back as soon as I can. I might fall asleep, but wake me when you get back, so I know you're safe. Xander comes around the table and kisses me gently on my lips before he leaves. Xander POV. I am glad the bath and food did the trick. She is so cute when she says that the baby was really hungry. I chuckle, because I could care less how much she eats. She is perfect to me. I feel a link trying to come through my block, and I open it knowing they wouldn't bother me this late unless it's important. Border Patrol is telling me there is a female who wants to enter the territory, saying she is Emma's sister Mia. What the fuck could that SLT want here? If she thinks she is going to hurt my mate again, she is mistaken. I don't want to upset Emma, so I am going to handle this. After I tell Emma I need to go to the border and start out of the room, I think about what not telling her will look like if she finds out. When I am at the bottom of the stairs, I change my mind and head back to tell her now. I don't ever want to give her a reason to doubt my love or loyalty. I open the door just as I see Emma climbing onto the bed. She smiles, but when she sees my expression, she looks worried. What's wrong, Xander? I was going to tell you after I dealt with her, but I don't want there to be secrets between us. I can see her stiffen, so I hurry on, not wanting to let her mind run wild with what it could be. Your sister is at the border asking for entry into the territory to speak with you. I can see she visibly relaxes. Thank you for not keeping it from me. I don't want secrets between us. I have no desire to see her, but you will be not going near her without me, not because I don't trust you, but I sure as hell don't trust her. Emma goes and throws on a t-shirt and jeans, then we head to the border on the east side of the pack. When we arrive at the border, I can see the smile on Mia's face, like she thinks she won by us coming to talk to her. She is in for a rude awakening. I place my arm around Emma's waist, and we go to deal with the adulterous bitch. Emma POV. Xander wraps his arm around me, and we walk to the border. I am disgusted by seeing Mia. I had hoped to never see her again. What do you want? I am here to beg your forgiveness, Mia says. You are fucking kidding me, right? This is a joke that you are here. I can see tears in her eyes, and one time in my life, those tears would break my heart. Those tears now just make me sick. I have no forgiveness for you. You are nothing to me. I made that clear before. I am your sister, and I didn't want to hurt you. He seduced me. I was young and gullible. You have been nothing but a brat all my life, wanting what didn't belong to you. I never thought you would stoop so low to take my ex-mate, but I know better now than to ever trust you again. Are you here because he cast you aside like the trash you are? How can you speak to me like this? I am the only family you have left. You are not my family. Xander, Sarah, Zane, and my pup are my family. You are just some evil bitch I used to know. You will never be welcome here, so you can just go back and crawl under whatever rock you came from. I turn around with Xander and start to walk away. Please, Emma, I am pregnant, and he threw me out because of you. I have nothing and nowhere to go. I stop walking. I don't care for her, but I cannot leave an innocent pup to suffer. She is probably lying about the baby, but until I know for sure, I have to think about the pup. I mind link Xander. I want her to put in the cells until we determine if she is pregnant. He agrees and orders the guards to take her into custody. Mia POV. I didn't think Emma was going to be this difficult. It seems I underestimated her hatred for me. No matter, I can think on the fly. Even my tears aren't working this time. Then it comes to me. I tell her I am pregnant. She would never let a pup suffer. As soon as she stops walking, I know I have her. I assume they're mind linking. Her mate is very hot, and he looks like an alpha. I wonder what the alpha looks like. After a few minutes, I see them start walking again. Just as I am about to yell, the guard walks up to me, taking me by the arm. I smile, knowing I won, and tell him I can walk without his help. I lose sight of Emma and her mate as the guard takes me in the other direction. Where are we going? We have some special accommodations for you per your sister's request, the guard says. When they take me through the door, I realize where I am. Why am I being put in the cells? I haven't committed a crime against your pack. The guards don't answer. They put me in the cell and lock the cell door. Let me out. I haven't committed a crime. They both laugh. That's not going to happen, rogue. I want to speak to your alpha. You have no right to do this. We will tell him in the morning you wish to speak to him. We won't wake him for this. This is ridiculous, I scream. But I know I am stuck for now. I can't believe that bitch. She has actually become strong and less knave. Next day. Xander POV. I go to Zane's office to discuss our unwanted guest. Emma was still asleep, and I didn't want to wake her, because she didn't sleep well. I knock on the door, but I hear weird noises. My stomach drops. I pray he isn't in there with an Omega, because I will kill him if he hurts Sarah or Emma. I hear him yell, "Go away. Open the fucking door now, Zane." I hear movement and the door opens to the face of a very pissed off Zane. What the fuck is your problem? Without even thinking, I push him out of the way, and I am mortified when I see Sarah lying on his desk naked. Zane grabs a hold of me and throws me out of his office, slamming the door. I am dead when he gets dressed. I start up the hallway, but not fast enough, because my very pissed brother is coming after me. He punches me in the face. I can't even be mad at him, because I would have done the same after I get up. I apologize. Why would you do that? I am sorry. I should have had more faith in you. I thought you had an Omega in your office. Now his face just looks hurt. I really am sorry. Can I apologize to Sarah, please? He takes a deep breath and tells me to wait outside his door. After a few minutes, I walk in to see a very red-faced Sarah and very hurt Zane. I walk over to my brother and hug him. Then I take a seat and repeatedly apologize to Sarah. Why did you push in here like that? I don't want to voice my concerns, but Zane tells me to tell her. Once I tell her, she laughs. I look at her shocked, and so does Zane. Why are you laughing? It is good to know that even though you love your brother, you wouldn't let him do the wrong thing. She turns to Zane. I trust you would never do that to me despite your past, so forgive your brother and let's find out. What was so important he needed you? Sarah gets up and goes to sit in Zane's lap. I can see he is happy again. I start to tell them about Mia coming last night and what she said. Sarah is seething and Zane is trying to calm her down now. I will kill that bitch for what she did to Emma, and then she has the guts to come here for forgiveness. Calm down, Sarah. We locked her in the dungeon until she can have a pregnancy test. If she isn't pregnant, she is out of here. Zane POV. As Xander is telling us about Mia, I get a mind link from one of the guards. She wants to see me. Well, it seems your prisoner is asking for an audience with the Alpha. Like hell you are not seeing her without me present, Sarah says. I love how feisty you are. Of course, as my Luna you will be attending the meeting. Xander, you will also be present. Sarah and I go get dressed in proper clothes and meet Xander at the prison door. The guard lets us in and we walk to the cell that is holding Mia. She smiles when she sees me and Xander, but her face falls when she sees Sarah. What is she doing here? I only asked to speak to the Alpha. I am the only one who is talking, so listen well. I am Xander Wolfe, Alpha, and this is Sarah Johnson, my Luna. I know you have already met my brother, Xander. He is the Beta. You asked to speak with me, so what do you want? I want to be released. My sister had me put in here, and I have committed no crime against this pack. Sarah growls and I lay my hand on her arm. Well, that's the thing, you committed a crime by werewolf standards. You had sexual relations with a mated wolf, whose former mate happens to be my beta female. I will keep you in here as long as she sees fit, unless you would like me to take you to the elders to be tried. Why would you do that? I was seduced by Chase. I never meant to hurt my sister, Mia says. You are a lying whore, Sarah screams at her. I take my mate into my arms and link her. I know that she is an evil bitch, but we must keep our composure and not sink to her level. She breathes in and nods at me. I turn back to Mia. I would get comfortable, because you are here, until I see fit to release you. Chase POV. Why are they still here? I ask my beta Neil. I haven't heard anything, Alpha, and we still haven't been able to locate Mia Torn. We got some information she was living in the human town where you found Sarah, but we couldn't locate her. You better take the trackers back to that town and not come back until you have found her ass. Yes, Alpha, Neil says as he leaves my office. It's been 3 days since the elders have arrived and I feel like they have talked to every pack member. No one knows about what I did to Emma, so this should be cut and dry unless they find that bitch Mia. I could use a release. I have been trying to refrain while the elders are here. But if I don't have one soon, I am going to lose it. I call for one of the female Omegas to bring me a cup of coffee. Even if I just get a BLW job, it should hold me over till they are gone. This is exactly why your mate left you, human. You have no self-control. Lucifer says to me. I don't know how I got paired with such a pathetic excuse for an alpha and mate. Lucifer says, shut up, you pathetic wolf. I don't answer to anyone. I hear a knock on the door, and Susan, one of the Omegas, comes in with my coffee. I see the mark on her neck, but I could care less. I need something besides the coffee. What else can I get you, Alpha? I need your mouth, I say, and she looks at me confused. Come here and get on your knees. Alpha, I can't do that. I have a mate. Did I ask you about your mate? Now get over here and get on your knees. I can see she is about to speak again, and a knock comes on the door. I give her a look to keep her mouth shut and speak to the door. Enter. Elder William walks in, and I dismiss Susan with a stern look. She hurries from the office, but I will deal with her later. Elder William. I knock on the office door to speak to Alpha Chase. I can hear voices of a man and woman, but I can't hear what is being said. I hear enter from the other side of the door. I go inside to find Alpha Chase and a woman who appears to be an Omega, who rushes from the room. I make a note for myself to speak to her later. What can I do for you, Elder William? I would like to know exactly why Mia Torn left, because some of the pack members are telling us that you banished her. They also said your mother slapped her in the pack yard with you present. Can you enlighten me why your mother slapped her and why you banished her, since you both told us that she left because of her sister? I can see the shocked look on Chase's face. I am not sure what pack members told you that, but they are mistaken. I never banished her. What about your mom slapping her? The only thing I know is that Mia was speaking against me to pack members because her sister left. My mother was angry with her for speaking against her son, as any mother would be. Why wouldn't you have told us about that when we asked about Mia leaving? I didn't think it was important since I had no relationship with her. It is not for you to decide what details are important to our investigation. When we ask a question, I expect a truthful answer. Are you calling me a liar, Elder William? I would never call you a liar, Alpha Chase, but partial information will not get us out of your hair any quicker. I will resume my questioning. Do you know where the Omega that was just here went? No. Why do you need to speak with her? Chase asks me. Is there a reason I can't speak with her? Of course not, Elder William. I'll let her know you need to speak with her. Thank you, Alpha Chase. I will speak with you soon. Chase POV. Son of bitch, I forgot about us being outside to banish Mia. I mind link someone to send Susan to my office. Immediately I have to do some damage control before she speaks with the elder. Why do these women have to be such a pain in the ass? After I am done linking for Susan, I call my mother to meet me in my office now. She is on her way. A knock sounds on my door, and Susan walks in but remains near the door. Come in and close the door. Alpha, she starts to speak. Do what I said now. As soon as she closes the door, I stand. I walk in front of her and grab her by the face. Today is your lucky day. I am not going to make you pleasure me, but make no mistake, when I tell you to do something, I expect it to be done without question. I can see tears in her eyes. If the elder asks you anything and you value your mate's life, you better tell him. I just called for a cup of coffee. Are we clear about what I am saying? Yes, Alpha, she says through her tears. Now, get out of my sight. She runs out my office door and my mother enters. What was that all about, Chase? My mother asks. Just putting an Omega in her place. What did you call me for? Elder William was just here asking questions about when you slapped Mia in the pack yard, and I banished her. Who told him that? The pack members who were out there, I guess, Mother. What did you tell him? That Mia was speaking against me, and you found out and were very angry. Do you believe you? I think so, but who knows with the elders? I wish they would just leave already. Has anyone located that bitch Mia yet? No, Neil is still out looking for her. They were told she was in the human town. You better hope that you find her before they do, or you are screwed. I am well aware, Mother. Mia POV. I am startled awake by someone calling my name. I open my eyes to see my sister standing outside my cell. What is your problem? Did you really need to lock me up like some kind of criminal? I am not here to speak with you. I just came to tell you the doctor will be here shortly to perform your pregnancy test. If you are not pregnant, you will be removed from the territory immediately. Emma, you can't do this to me. I am still your sister. Watch me. she says and turns walking away. You will be sorry if you do this to me. I scream at her and she stops walking. She turns and walks back. Did you just threaten the beta female of the pack with harm? Just like normal, you can't prove anything, Emma. Just as the words leave my mouth, I see a guard step from behind the wall. You tricked me, you bitch. How could that be? You're not some young gullible woman. She turns laughing and walking away from the cell. I am screwed if I don't get out of here soon.